guys, I am trying something new. I got a new table to do videos in here, and hopefully this helps with things. But so I went back to the consignment sale. So we went on half price day, the pre-sale, and banana, we went to the pre-sale. We got some stuff, and that was in the last haul. And the last day of the sale is the 50% off half price sale. So I actually went back just myself, without my husband and my kids. So I didn't feel fully rushed. I could shop around and look. I know some of the good deals were already gone, because honestly, by the time I got there, hi banana, he's gotten huge. They were actually, it was getting towards the end of the sale period, and they have what are called blessing bags, and you pay like $16 and you get an IKEA shopping bag, one of the big blue IKEA bags, and any clothes items that are donate, you can fill that bag. So that's what was going on when I was there. They were starting the blessing bags, and what they do is the items that get donated go to a local thrift store, but with the money that they make off the blessing bags, they use it to purchase things for charity. They were talking about it when I was walking in, that last year, I think it was like our pregnancy center that kind of helps purchase and buy things for people in need that are pregnant. They bought their whole wish list off Amazon with just the blessing bags. So they use the money to purchase things locally, and then you get a huge bag of clothing. So anyways, these are the things that I picked up when I went by myself. Seriously guys, all of this together was less than $20. So part of the reason I went back was because I was looking for like pacifiers and bottles. I need to make some more bottles and pacifiers for my eBay shop for the Real Cares and Neonates, because I recently have been selling a lot of them. So I got some things to make for those, and then I got some other stuff. So first off, I did pick up this pack of pacifiers. They are Parents' Choice vent pacifiers. I'm gonna try them. I still have my silicone doll, and I don't know if these are gonna be, they might be too long for, yeah, they're too long for her. Parents' Choice made a pacifier that actually I did not have to modify for that silicone doll, because her mouth is cut open, but it's very shallow. So these might just become pacifiers for to sell, but it's just a white one and a blue one, just simple plain pacifiers. And I know Krista will probably forget this by Christmas, but I thought it was too funny not to share. So I always look at the cloth diapers, and I have a bunch of disposable diapers for my dolls, but I have been slowly switching over to the cloth diapers. I haven't really bought any disposable diapers for my dolls, so I always look at the cloth diapers when I'm there. And her husband loves The Office, and so when I saw this, I had to pick it up for Crystal. It is a diaper cover, and it is The Office themed. I thought it was too funny, and I thought he would kind of get a kick out of it. So it has the characters on it, in like a cartoon. Like, obviously it's not super realistic, but I thought they were cute, and I thought it was funny, so I picked that up for her. And then for myself, I got this one because my kids are obsessed with Hamilton. So I got this Hamilton diaper cover. On the bottom it says, Young, Scrappy, and Hungry. And it's got the stars kind of cut off, the Hamilton star. And then on it, it has the Hamilton characters. My son absolutely loves this one. And then the last cloth diaper that I got was just this cute little green one with bunnies on it. Thought that was cute. So I got those 3 diapers. I also got this bag of stuff this stuff is going to be for the eBay shop. I keep getting people asking me about like just plain nipples. Like they have a bottle that they like or and such. So I just got these. They're the Similac bottle toppers. When you're in the hospital and you have a baby, at least in the US, you get like the single-use disposable bottles to feed your baby, and then they have these caps that just go on them, so you feed the baby and then throw the whole thing away. It's typically what happens unless your baby is in the NICU, and then usually they start with Dr. Brown bottles there. But I picked up these because I do actually have some of the bottles that go with these. They just don't have the nipples. Because when my son was in the NICU when he was born, and I did try to pump for a while, and they sent you home with a bunch of like the single-use bottles because they want you to put your milk in that, and then they freeze it depending upon how much you have. You freeze it, you'll label it, you freeze it, and then when they come to feed the baby, you warm it up like a bottle, and then you put one of these nipples on it. I still have a bunch of those bottles that I found recently. And like I said, I don't have the nipples for them, so I grabbed those. And this is just a Soothie pacifier. I know it will not. I've tried modifying these before. I guess I could try again. It's so much. I think it's because because they're clear. And then when you cut the nipple off to modify it, there's nothing behind it. So that's why the Soothies are usually hard to modify. Like these, you can just cut the nipple off and glue everything on. Where these, they take some more time and more finagling to get it on. So the Soothie, the nipples, and then they had a bulb sucker. I honestly don't even have one of these like to display for my doll stuff, so they were all together, and like I said, I wanted these, and I think it was like 75 cents for all of this. So I'm like, you know what, I know this looks like it was somebody just got out of, this was stuff that somebody was in the hospital and this was the leftover stuff, or their child was in the NICU and this is what they got sent home with and they didn't use. So I picked those up, and then I got these 2 bottles. One is a gray top with rainbows on it, and the other is a pink top with unicorns on it. And these are just little 5-ounce bottles. And then I got a 5-ounce Dr. Brown bottle, which I did need some more of those. I got a 4-ounce Advent bottle, which I needed some more of those. And a 5-ounce man bottles. Honestly, these are my like 3 best sellers, are the Advent, the Dr. Browns, and the man bottles. So I was able to grab one of each of those. Put the bottles together. But I had all this in here now. Will it all fit back in here? So that was really all I got. Their bottles this year, and I know the consigners, you get to pick the price. You price it yourself. And I understand that, but like I said, I went at the end of the sale because first of all, most people coming in at the end of the sale, you're just trickling in at the end usually. So I figured, you know what, people that really need the stuff have already come through. And honestly, when I went at the end of the sale, there was not many people. At that point in time. I think most of the shoppers were the Blessing Bake shoppers. But there was a lot of bottles left after the sale. A lot. Most of the bottles, like, there was somebody that had a set of 3 of these Advent bottles. And I'm like, oh, great. So I picked them up. They wanted $20 for 3 used Advent bottles. Now, I know this Dr. Brown's, the Advent, and this Ma'am's one, these were all in baby boxes. These are the if it's a single one, you're typically getting one out of a baby box. You didn't purchase it yourself. So, it's either somebody got the 3 because they were just the smaller ones. And it's like, these are either new ones you didn't use that you got for free, or you did buy them and they're used or whatnot, but $20 for used bottles, no thank you. Like I said, there was a lot of bottles left this time. In the years past, I usually like to go, when I want to do like these restocks, I usually go at the end because I want to make sure people who need it get it first, and then whatever's left over is left over at this point, and if it's something I'm interested in, I'll buy it. That's also why, like, at the pre-sale, I didn't even bother looking at the stuff because I'm like, I don't need it. Somebody might need it. I'll go at the end. And they had, like, these long, like, under the bed type totes. They're long and they're, like, shallow. They had, like, 4 of those filled with bottles this time. And usually by that time, they don't have much of the bottles left. So, and I know that I saw there's a Facebook page. There's a private page for consigners. So, like, we can ask questions, or if we're missing stuff, we can, at the end of the sale, say, hey, I'm missing this. Or if you find something in your stuff that doesn't belong to you, you can be like, hey, this is somebody's. So anyways, and then there is like an open Facebook page, and they had posted on the open Facebook page, and there were quite a few people that was their biggest complaint, was the prices this time. I get the economy sucks, things cost more, but people going to the consignment sale are typically looking for a good deal, or looking for something cheaper. And like, I was seeing sets of Granimals onesies for $7 for 2. Like, come on, guys. Even now, with all the inflations and stuff, a Granimals onesie is $3, $4 at most. So I'm saving 50 cents per a onesie, if not paying more, to have a used onesie, when I can go to Walmart and buy the Granimals onesies brand new. So you do have people that do that. Yes, like, part of making the sausage, when you sell at the consignment sale, at least at ours, you have to pay a fee to enter. You can pay a smaller fee and pay in advance, or you can have them take it out of your earnings, but you pay a higher fee. And then you get 60% if you don't do any shifts. If you do a 4-hour shift, you get 65%, and if you do an 8-hour shift, you get 70%, and if you do anything over 8 hours, you also get your fee waived. Personally, I don't help, because I figured it out, and to get that extra 10%, that 70%, it's, to me, not worth my time. I would only be making an additional $20 to work 8 hours. So I'm like, that's fine. Like, I'm trying to do the math quick in my head. So to make an extra $20, just working 4 hours, and that wouldn't even be $20. That would only be, like, if I worked the 4 hours, that would be an additional 10 hours, or $10. So I would literally be working for $2.50 an hour. So the volume that I sell, it isn't worth it to do the volunteer work. So that's why I personally don't do it. But, so yes, when you price things, you got to kind of keep that in mind, that could I get like $100 for the stroller on Facebook Marketplace, and then I get all the $100? maybe. But now I need to store it. I need to hopefully find the right buyer. I need to like have all these time wasters that, oh, I want this, and then they ghost you, or you set up to meet them and then you go there and they never show up. Or I can take it there and sell it for, put $100 on it, but I'm only going to get $60 of it. So things like that. And I get like they need to make money too, because where they have it at, I know the daily rate to rent that spot. And they rent it from Wednesday to Sunday. And I know that's a huge expense there. So, I mean, I understand. They have the point of sale system. They do all the advertising. Like, they put all this time into it. So, I get it. And that's why I still sell there. Because while I have to take the stuff myself, sometimes, like, clothes I don't sell there anymore. Just because it's too overwhelming for me. But like other things, like big things, like when I decide I'm done with the stroller, I'll sell it there. In fact, we cleaned out our storage unit last year, and I wasn't able to do the fall sale because we were out of town during the fall sale. So I had some baby gear that I ended up selling at the consignment sale this time around. That was from when my kids were babies. And so it's just, that's my personal preference, but one of the complaints was people overpricing things, and I did see that. I saw like a My Life As doll for $30, and it was just completely wrecked. I got excited because they did have one American Girl, and I picked her up, and like her hair was it was a truly me. Her hair was a complete mess. It was cut. She wasn't even in an American Girl outfit. She was in like, I would say like, it looked like an Amazon like sleeper. And they had $100 on this doll. And I'm thinking, I got, where is she? You can kind of see her right down here. I got Holly. She's a create your own last spring at the sale for like $70 or $80. And that's a create your own. So those are $300 dolls. That was a good deal, but when you're charged, I can buy a brand new Truly Me doll, and it wasn't even a retired one, for $25 more. I get the outfit. I get a doll in pristine condition, not with marks all over her, shine marks all over her. It was bad. But some people kind of get a little ridiculous in my opinion. But anyways, back to what I got. I got the set of 3 Cabbage Patch doll or Cabbage Patch little figures. I had these as a kid. I'm trying to see if I can, the date is on them and I'm trying to read it. Say 1984 on, yeah, it does. It says 1984. I had a few of these when I was a kid. So there are the 2 girls. There's a white girl and a black girl. They're both in a bathrobe holding a rubber ducky. One has red hair, one has black. And then a little boy one that is black with his pacifier, and he's bald in his cute little overalls. I got these to go in the dollhouse. Like I said, I had these as a kid. I specifically remember them because the few that I had an affinity for chewing on them. So their feet were usually chewed, just like my Barbie's feet were usually chewed. But they were more than I really wanted to pay. So they were full price $6 for all 3. And then they were 50% off. So for $3, I was like, is it more than I'd want to pay for these 3 little figures? Yes. But the nostalgia behind them, I had to get them. And then lastly, I got a few things in this bag. First off, they came with one of the other things, just these little black Granimals pants. You know, you can always use little joggers. I thought this was super cute. This is H&M little overalls, or like a denim, soft denim pant with suspenders. Thought that was super cute. And then I got, these are probably like Temu or something like that because they're just marked 80. So they probably came from China, but I thought they were super cute. Just these, it's like this, not mint green. I don't know what color green you would call this. Oh, sage green. Oh, my brain just stopped. Little overalls, like a bubble overall. And then it crosses in the back. Thought that was super cute. And then that one suspender outfit that I got when I went with my husband and kids that had the blue and green shirt that I didn't care for. Well, I found a shirt to go with it. And it's got this cute little Peter Pan collar, and it's just a basic white onesie. And I know it could go with this, but to me, like, this is Sean sized, and I think this would be too small for Sean, but this should fit Macy. And then lastly, I got this cute little sweater. It is homegrown by Gimbalry. I had never seen this brand. Well, I've seen Gimbalry, but I don't know what homegrown or where that is. It says up to 7 pounds, and it's just this cute little cable knit sweater. Super soft sweater dress. It might fit one of the neonates or real cares, but it was, like I said, it's super soft. And I picked it up and I'm like, oh my gosh. It was also in the wrong size. It was put with the 3 to 6 month stuff. So I didn't realize it was up to 7 pounds. And honestly, I might be able to get it on Macy because it's really stretchy. And then just put it like, I mean, these are joggers. But just put it like with a basic pair of leggings and make it like a tunic. So I thought that was cute. So that is all I got for the second, well, third technically time, fourth time we went to the sale. Because my husband and I went to the pre-sale, just the two of us. And then we took the kids back on the open sale because my daughter wanted to go shopping for some clothes. And then all four of us went for the half price sale, and then I went 4 times total. I got something each time, so I spent, but we spent more at the half price sale, but that was because the half price sale, but the biggest expense was we bought a walk-through gate for this room. So I had a pop gate there, and it was a pain in the butt to do and undo. I just usually walked over it just because I didn't have to screw with it. But like when my mom comes, she takes it down, but then she gets frustrated because the dogs come in here, or she ends up locking a cat in here because she took the pop gate down to make sure the dogs don't come in when she's not in here. She has to shut the door, and there might be a cat under the bed. So we got a pop gate, or not a walk-through gate with a cat door on it. But so that's enough of me rambling. I hope you kind of like this new setup. I like the table idea better. I just felt, first of all, this room, like in this center spot, is just a complete open spot. And I watched Diz Blaine, and he does his filming in his living room, and he's using his coffee table, but I wanted something that I could like sit at and do my videos, and like you guys can see now, so you can see my little, I mean, I'm further away from the camera, yes, but you can still see like the things that I have here instead of them just sitting on the floor. But anyways, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you all later. Bye.